Three, two, one. Hey everybody, welcome to Side's Fireside Chat. Unfortunately tonight, Akuzad couldn't be with us because he had to work late, and we are very sad. Tonight's special guest is Old Man Franks, who you may remember his wife came on a few weeks ago, Old Lady Franks. And we got a surprise visitor with Kelsier. He's one of our officers. So, welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Get off my lawn! Wait, we're on Taurus. This lawn sucks. Argus, not Taurus. My bad. Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure?
For the time being, yes.
Oh, okay. So, how have you guys been?
Good.
Pretty good, actually.
Doing my very, 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 very late BFA preparations.
Just a little late. You guys might notice that we are on the Vindicar, the not pretty shiny one, because this is a newly dinged 110 Hunter, and Kelsier is on his newly dinged boosted Druid, and we conned Old Man Franks into running with us on his Rogue, so yay, happy trails!
Yay! Somehow he was on the exact same quest we were when he showed up. I'm still not quite sure how he managed that.
This is probably the 5th alt I've done these quests on, and eventually I just got tired of it.
I know, it's just like it must have been some like you played really the long game.
Yeah.
We must safeguard what we can within the crucible.
Well, my goal for my alts was to essentially get them geared to a certain point, and that included getting them relics and all their artifact weapons, which the only real reliable source is Argus World quests. So
yeah, I hit on the smashing idea of boosting as a restoration druid instead of a balance druid. So that was fun. Yeah, I did okay, but it was still like, oh cool, so the when I'm going to be soloing or doing stuff on or world content, I don't have any relic.
Oh, it's only a minor detail.
Yeah.
Minor.
Well, that worked out okay. I managed to get a decently priced one on the auction house, and lucky on a world quest, and then the first quest on here. So
very nice.
Okay, where are you guys at? Because
we're in the Antoran Wastes, so on the actual Hope's Landing.
Although I'm not entirely sure what our next quest is.
The next talking quest, we talk to Illidan.
Did you go to the Veiled Den?
Yeah, I did that part already. We gotta work to the Veiled Den.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the Veiled Den yet. I just put the teleporter down.
Yeah, take the teleporter. It's to the north.
We must unite against the Legion.
All right, I didn't pick the next quest up from Illidan. No wonder I got confused as to where I was supposed to go. I'm smart, I swear.
Wait, you guys can just teleport up there?
Go back to the main ship, because he'll give you a quest then to go seek out Illidan in the Veiled Den. I think we got it because we've already unlocked all the transporters.
Oh.
We didn't actually have to go down to the island. So if you use the teleporter to come back to the main ship, there should be a quest for you?
Well, it says to go speak to him, but I don't think I can port there, so I'll have to walk.
Really?
It should give you a portal.
Nope. I mean, I have one for Hope's Landing, but not where you guys are.
Really?
Do you have one to the south?
Yeah, so I have one to Hope's Landing.
South of that?
Nope. No, I never. This was the part I stopped on when I played last on a different character. So
that seems problematic. Go back to the Vindicar and talk to Torelli.
I know why. Because you're supposed to talk to Illidan, But if the Veiled Den's open, he's at the Veiled Den. If it's not open, he's on the ship. So then the Veiled Den rotates every week. That's why that's why the
funny.
quest says to come here.
Well, it's not that far of a walk, I don't think.
Try this for me. Warp back to the Vindicar now that's above Amtoris.
I did that earlier.
Okay. I am confused. I legit thought you had to just teleport there, but maybe I just don't remember doing it the first time. Oh well.
Get away from me, imp.
Oh, you're here already.
Yep.
I was like, all right, Rogue Bird, let's do this. And he's there. Oops. Hey, Sai, watch this.
Watch. Nice.
I
gotta
kind
speak with Torelli.
Yeah, this quest is so stupidly pointless. It's like, come down here, talk to Illidan. Illidan's like, bah, go yell at Torelli again. I need to reapply my poison. Because they were running low.
Why can I not find what I'm looking for?
But I still haven't found.
He's still crying over that Naru getting explodinated Torellian. Jeez. Oh, now I get to meet Magni in Cool Hovel. Okay.
Sai, you good?
Well, I was trying to find a document, but no, I can't find it. So never mind. Back to the ship with me.
Was it questions you're supposed to ask me during this?
Yes, it was, in fact. It was so I don't forget something, because I forget things, and apparently I forgot where the document is.
Make it a Google Doc, that way you don't lose it.
It is a Google Doc.
Okay,
I can't find it
you.
in my Google Drive. I don't know what I did with it. Like, I can't remember what I called it when I saved it.
Oh my word.
I know.
My faith is my shield. This is the Legion's heart.
Okay, so I'm just gonna wing it, as if I don't all the time anyway. So I'm gonna ask, let's see. Oh man, Frank, what is your favorite game to play? Either console or PC.
Of all time or currently?
Both. Let's go with that.
Oh, my favorite game of all time. That's a hard one. Oh my god, Maggie, shut up. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I think the game that more or less kind of revolutionized the way I look at video games and the way I approach them, and like really got me into the whole concept of RPGs in general, it would have to be Final Fantasy VII. I mean, I played the original Final Fantasy, but I never played anything beyond that because I never had any of the 16-bit generation systems. But 7 was the one that really got me into role-playing games in general. It kind of opened my eyes up to that entire genre and eventually MMOs and everything. So I'm going to have to say, of all time, probably no game has had a greater influence on me than Final Fantasy VII. As for my favorite game to play currently, well, I'll be honest, I've probably sunk more hours into World of Warcraft lately than anything else, so I don't think it's fair to say anything but that.
What about you, Kelsier? Is it Kelsier?
Kelsier, yeah. And for anyone that's listening, yes, I was inspired by the Mistborn series. But yeah, so I think my favorite video game of all time was The Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Like that really had a lot of like kind of similar to Old Man Frank's that had really got me into RPGs. In terms of the games I'm enjoying right now, oddly enough, it's The Elder Scrolls Online. I seem to have a theme going. Yeah, I've been really enjoying that. And we have an AIE chapter in there, so come say hi.
Sweet action.
Trying to get caught up, so I'm skipping cutscenes. I'm sorry, people watching the stream.
You should have seen these all by now.
Well, we hope so.
It basically, oh no, bad things are happening.
Oh my gosh, I have to go back to the Vindicar again? What is up with these fights?
Yep.
So at this point, we can either proceed forward with going to Destiny Point, or we can do the forest side quests. I don't care which, just presenting the option.
Chronicae Crystal. A Titan. Legion must have harnessed the power of its soul to
Did we lose her again?
armies in the Nether. If we can destroy it, the infinite army.
Okay, so did you guys go to Destiny Point and turn that in, or are you guys, what are you doing? Yeah.
We're standing next to Trillian dancing with him.
Yeah. I was saying we can either go to Destiny Point next, or we can go back and do the forest side quest. I don't care which. I just wanted to...
I don't care either. Kelsey, do you have a preference? You said you hadn't finished any of this at one point.
Yeah, no, I'm good with whatever. So, we're going to Destiny Point.
Yeah, we're in Destiny Point. I'm in Destiny Point. I'm picking up a quest.
Should be directly north of it and further north in Critical Level.
Oh no, my quest log is full. How did that?
You
happen?
might actually have to run there from the Critical Level.
Do not let the Fell Reaver kill you.
I'm not scared of no Fell Reaver.
Yeah, you say that now.
Get rid of quests. My quest log is full.
Did I miss a quest? I didn't miss a quest. Bellin!
I think there's like 3 quests here, but I'm still trying to clear out my quest log to make a
The demons came into our world.
I don't know what else.
Desire to extinguish all life. It is time
I'm going to untrack everything that's not relevant to what we're doing.
Yeah, I know, I had to do that too. I was like, I can't breathe. There's too many quests.
I have 2 quests for the Arcway, but I don't know what they're for.
So where'd you go?
I'm at Destiny Point. I went down the hill and picked up the quest from Illidan.
Oh, because it was showing you in another phase for me for a second.
I'm in the same phase as Kelsier. I know where you're at.
There you guys are.
Hey, we're here. That was only slightly good. Okay, so since we're since we're all playing WoW, we can jump down here and there's some of the stuff to pick up.
Oh yeah.
Since we're all in WoW, what is your favorite class and or race in WoW?
Well, my favorite race, unfortunately, is Worgen. I really like werewolves, and I never get to play one, and it really sucks. Like even in Elder Scrolls Online, you can be a worgen or a werewolf, but it's only really good if you're a like melee DPS person, and I'm more of a spellcastery healery type. It's like but second favorite, thankfully, are trolls. So at least I have that.
Indeed.
So any class that you like over any other?
I really like Discipline Priest, right, in Legion. I'm really scared of Discipline Priest, like it's but I really like it. And I really like I'm surprised that I like Balance Druid as much as I do, because I was under the impression that I would hate it, but I actually quite like it.
That's not the direction I want.
And I'm really surprised because everyone said Balance and BFA sucks, but I actually really like it.
Well, people are saying a lot of classes in BFA suck because, well, they're kind of stripped down without the artifacts.
Yeah.
Which is a whole mess in and of itself. For me, my favorite two races, probably equally tied, are Tauren and Trolls. And this is going to be the first expansion come out for Azeroth where I'm not playing either one of them. Well, I might. I don't know if High Mountain Tauren technically counts, but they're one of the choices I'm considering. As far as favorite class, it's historically been Mage, but I also really enjoy Warlocks and Elemental Shamans. I just like being the ranged dealer of magic death.
Do you know what your main's going to be starting BFA with?
No, that's one of the things I'm currently waffling on, because in terms of just, hang on a second. There we go. In terms of just straight up story, there's no way in the world my Troll Mage or Troll Shaman would ever participate in a faction war. They just won't do it. So I can't bring myself, unless there's like some major story thing going on that we don't really know about. I can't bring myself to main them in Battle for Azeroth.
What about you?
Have it.
You're like, I just came back to WoW, I don't know.
No, I think I'm going to play a Druid. Because it has the most, like, I like Discipline Priest, but I don't like Shadow Priest very much.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, so I like it in theory, but I always get left behind in dungeons, and it's really annoying. So I'll probably be playing a Druid, and then re-rolling that Druid as a Zandalari Druid. Once you unlock that.
I'm leading either my Undead Warlock, the eponymously named Old Man Franks, or the High Mountain Tauren Shaman that I'm currently in the process of leveling. He's about 106 right now.
Nice.
I was basically going, okay, if I want to play a mage, I'm either going to have to level one from scratch, because I don't really like their other allied race that can be mages, or pay for another character boost. And frankly, I can't justify spending the $60. So I've resigned myself that I cannot be a mage come Battle for Azeroth, at least not initially.
Aw, sad though, because I always see you on your main.
Yeah, I mean, he's been my main for pretty much the entire time I've been playing the game, except for a brief period in Mists of Pandaria when I made my Warlock. But even then, by that expansion's end, I was back to the mage. But yeah, this has been the first expansion where I can't justify playing him just for story reasons.
I know how you feel. I actually had the thought the other day. I was like, why is, like, if I'm playing my Druid in BFA, like, why is nature listening to me? I mean, I guess exactly. I did a lot of good things, and maybe they were like, well, he generally things work out when he's involved, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't care about fighting the Alliance. I don't care about your stupid need to grab, Azerite as much as you can. I want to work with Magni to heal Azeroth with this giant sword sticking out of it. So fuck off, Sylvanas. Sorry. I'm a little bit salty about this whole thing, if you couldn't tell.
No, I would never have guessed.
I like my idea in the AIE Discord, which if you're an AIE, welcome to please join.
Oh yeah, thanks for the little plug.
That like what we should have done is that the Alliance and Horde should have come together, and then we should have split on 3 ways on some other thing like Shadow, Light, and Strawberry or something.
Strawberry?
3 flavors. Yeah, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, and Light, Shadow, Strawberry. Just partly for story, also mainly so I could play a Worgen in AIE.
I don't know if you guys are aware of what this is, but up until they stopped updating it, I was participating in the Z and Cinder blogging challenge, in which it was initially every week, and then slipped every 2 weeks. They post a new topic for people who are participating to blog about. Mm-hmm. And one of them was, what would you have done differently at BlizzCon? And I basically took that opportunity to essentially reframe the entire expansion. So I would have, the Horde and Alliance War Mode campaigns, and then have a third campaign to where basically anybody who chooses not to participate in the faction war would essentially do a War Mode campaign, quote unquote, where we essentially work with Magni to try and heal the world. And you can choose to be, whichever campaign you want to be a part of, by essentially switching between turning War Mode on or off.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people who would want to participate in War Mode, but wouldn't want to, for character reasons, wouldn't want to be in the involved in the Horde Alliance War. So maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I thought it was a neat concept. But
that sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it's one of those instances where I really dislike them shoehorning us into things that our characters would honestly never do. I felt that way when we had to work for Garrosh back in Cataclysm. I felt it during Mists of Pandaria, at least up until we told them to, go away. We're going to go help the pandas now.
It's interesting because the Elder Scrolls Online manages to. I swear I'm not trying to name drop all of our things. I'm sorry, but they have the 3 faction thing, and the war is going on in the background, but since it's sort of race based, but not really. No one really blinks when you're walking around, outside of that. And even so, what I'm getting at, I guess, is that I'm surprised they haven't ended the faction war, but contrived some reason about why the war is going on in the background. Just because I feel like then it would save them money on creating content. You know what I mean? Because then there wouldn't have to be. I guess by the end of the expansions we always combine anyway, but
yeah, there's a lot of speculation that that's what they're going to do with Battle for Azeroth, is essentially end it.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
And then treat Battlegrounds as war games or something. I sincerely hope that's the case.
Me too, because then I can be a Worgen.
Well, you could be a Worgen now, you just wouldn't be in this super awesome guild AIE.
Yeah, I don't. That's not even a starter. Can't have that.
I'm just saying. Technically, it's possible.
Oh wow, we finished all 3 of those in record time.
Yeah, doing this with Buddy makes these quests stupid easy. I swear. Oh, I just got.
We have a lot of green fiery things coming to eat us.
I think they were all chasing me. Now, they're all dead.
What's that line from the Smuggler Companion in Old Republic? Now you're dumb, ugly, and dead.
Nice. Trying to remember what other questions I had for people. Okay, I got one. I don't remember if it's on my list, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What is the most interesting and or memorable thing that has ever happened to you in the game in one of AIE's?
In an AIE game?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. So when Final Fantasy 14 came out, and there was a really hard raid boss called whose name was Twintania, and it was really hard. Like the end game for Final Fantasy 14 would wreck you. It's a little like there are more like difficulty modes now, but to start with, it was like, okay, so you have these nice little dungeons, and then you have hardcore raiding, and no in between. And it was so cool when we kind of toward the end of the base game, so our gear was boosted, but it was still so cool to finally defeat her, Twintania, because it was not a possibility. Like it seemed like something that we'd never be able to do. Oh god, what's happening?
Murder all the demons.
No, I don't want a shield.
Were you done, Kelsey? I didn't know if you were
still... yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yep, so yeah, defeating that first raid boss in Final Fantasy 14 was a big one.
Sweet. I think one of my favorite stories actually is it's back in Wrath of the Lich King. And it's the story of my raid team at the time's our first kill of Arthas, actually. And actually, both versions, 10-man and 25-man, were really crazy stories that still stick with me to this day. Sorry, I'm distracted by all the demons that are coming to swarm me.
Run away!
I'll get this last rift.
Missed one.
So, back during the days of Icecrown Citadel, my raid team, Not in the Face, was kind of in a competition with another team. I don't remember their names anymore, honestly, for who would get the first guild kill. And on this particular night, I thought I was supposed to go to Waco, which was a city an hour and a half away, to spend the weekend with a friend of mine, because a friend of ours was having his bachelor party. So I told my team I wouldn't be able to make it. Did you guys go inside already? No, you didn't. Okay.
No, I'm waiting outside for Kelsey to catch up.
Sorry. Hard to kill demons and talk.
So anyway, I start making the journey, and then about 25 minutes, or actually it was like 20 or 15 minutes in even, I called my friend to say, hey, do you need me to remember to bring anything before I get too far out of town? He's like, what the heck are you talking about? It's like, aren't I coming to see you for our friend's bachelor party? He's like, that's next weekend, bro.
Oh no.
Nice.
Sorry. Had to take a drink. I got something caught in my throat. Anyway, so I turned around and was like, all right, well, no point in continuing the rest of this journey. Got home, and my raid team had already replaced me with one of our mage alts, so I figured that was going to be the case. I wished them well. Said, all right, good luck, etc., etc. And I just started doing other things in game. Eventually, I went to grab some dinner, and I called my then girlfriend, who's now my wife. And
Old Lady Franks.
Yep, the eponymous Old Lady Franks. And eventually I came back inside, and I saw I had a bunch of whispers. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I put my headset back on, and the guys are like, "Oh, F, you there?" I was like, yeah, what's going on? They're like, the guy we replaced you with, his name was Sengu. Sengu disconnected. He's, having Comcast issues. So you want to come in for one final attempt on Arthas? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do this. And right before we pulled, two things happened. One, the other team got Arthas down, so they beat us to the guild first. So we're like, oh, okay, well, good job, guys, yeah. And the other thing that happened was right before we were about to pull, Sengu got his internet back. And he's like, do you want me to come back in? I'm like, no, we got all enough. We're just going to do one more attempt and call it good for the night. We already lost the race, so it doesn't really matter. And the very next pull, we killed him. For about 30 minutes, I had to deal with a torrent of swears and other abuse from Sengu, who claimed I stole his kill.
So what Magni saw was true.
Yay! Who's the next quest?
Woohoo!
Warframe! Oh, Velen. The 25-man one, our raid team actually got a bunch of friends together and put together a 25-man team as well. And, shut up, Velen. Anyway, so we were taking on another attempt at Arthas again, and mid-fight, my computer just outright locked up. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in the game. I could talk, because for whatever reason, my vent was working. But I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything, it was just frozen. And I'm furiously trying to bring up, the task manager to kill World of Warcraft off, because I figured that's gotta be what's broken. And my computer's just not responding at all. Now at the time I'm playing on a gaming laptop, my very first doghouse computer. And it's going, what the heck, what's going on? So I'm like closing the laptop lid, trying to see if that helps. Nothing's working. Meanwhile, I'm standing there in the middle of the area where you fight the Lich King. And the whole time I can hear my raid teammates going, oh my god, he's going to eat a defile. He's going to blow up a vile spirit, something. And I'm like, just let me die. But the healers on our team, for whatever reason, did a tremendous job and kept me alive. And by sheer dumb luck, the Lich King did not put any defiles down under me.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So they get to the phase where he starts summoning the spirits that, fly at the raid team, and the tank is usually supposed to just eat them. So they start using me as a meat shield so that the tanks can be spared the damage. And somehow I lived through all this. So eventually, the game finally closes. After me pressing Alt F4 more times than I care to count, it finally shuts down. And I'm like, oh, thank God, I gotta get back in. And then I hear they've done it. They've gotten to 10% and started the end of fight RP. And I am freaking out. I'm like, I'm not gonna get the achievement. I'm not gonna get credit for the kill. Oh my God, what do I do? I log back in, and I don't know if you guys remember what happens in this fight. He essentially wipes the raid at 10%, and then does a whole mess of RP before the king inside the sword resurrects you all, and you essentially have free DPS on the Lich King until he dies. I log back into the game, my entire raid team is dead, and I'm standing there alive while the Lich King's doing his full spiel. And they start screaming at me, take him down! You can do it! Solo this guy! So I just sit there and start spamming. I don't even remember what spec I was at the time, just unloading everything I've got at him before, seeing how much damage I can do to him before they resurrect the entire raid.
Sounds like it would be epically hilarious.
It was pretty great.
Did you guys already start the Velen walk with me thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm viewing a cutscene at the moment. Wow, I didn't know they had like in-game cutscenes like this now.
I think they started these in Warlords of Draenor, because there was a bunch of them in that expansion as well.
Really? Because I mean, like in-game cutscene, like not like pre-rendered, like in-engine cutscenes.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
This place is surprisingly intact.
Yep.
It's a young Valen.
Wait. Something stirs. Spirits of all those who died that day. I
Oh,
can
no.
still hear the loud
Inez.
of war.
I'm surrounded by
There
ghosts.
was one held the way
Who you gonna
open
call?
for us. She fell behind.
The uncrowned, apparently.
Her presence even now.
You are, maybe.
Her song is bitter, distorted.
So what other questions you got for us?
Laura. Not all who wander are lost. Will you join our cause? So many were left behind. They linger, forced to relive
Oh,
their
okay.
final
So,
moments over and over again. Perhaps the only way to end their torment is to
okay,
finish
I have a
what
question for
started
Omen.
so very long ago. We must let
We've already
these
stated that your wife has been on the show, so we know that she plays games.
She does.
But did you meet her in one of the games, or did she start playing after you, or you after her? How did that work out?
We actually met in college. My roommate and I were part of a group of guys who regularly got together on Friday evenings and played Halo in one of our friends' apartment. And the next year would end up actually being, it would actually be held in our apartment. But back then, there was one girl who showed up on the regular basis. You can guess who that might be. At the time, she was dating a friend of mine, so we were just friends. And I was still hung up on a girl I'd started dating off and on in college back then as well. But eventually, both of those relationships ended, and she developed something of a crush on me. Me being a giant idiot, had no idea whatsoever.
You know she's gonna watch this later, right?
Oh, we have fully talked about this. She knows I'm a giant idiot.
Okay. Second.
Mind you, I'm the idiot, not her. Anyway, so we didn't end up dating the whole time I was in college. After I graduated, she transferred schools. She was a couple years younger than me. And we ended up reconnecting on Twitter. And once we started dating, I was already playing World of Warcraft in full force. And she was interested in it. And I bought the game for her and got her account set up. And we actually dated long distance for pretty much the entirety of our relationship until we got married. And we used to have WoW dates all the time.
That is so cool.
That's where she developed her fondness for like, ooh, herb! And then leaving wherever it was we were questing in to go chase down whatever it was she found. So yeah, she played video games before we got together, but I'm responsible for, in a lot of ways, for getting her into various MMOs, and I just got feared.
Yeah, they like doing that.
Jerks.
Were you able to loot the keystone?
Yep.
Yep.
What about you, Kelsier? Do you have any significant others or anything to note?
Nope, not at the moment. Got other things that I'm doing.
Flying?
Not all who wander are lost.
That's cool.
This is the turning point.
Yeah.
If we can activate the arena's defenses, this battle will be finished.
Let me know when you guys have consecrating ground help. Oh, never mind, you're here.
Amazing how you can just throw items at Draenei technology and it just starts working.
The depths of
It's one of the reasons the Draenei for the longest time were my favorite alliance raid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love their whole crystal pseudo tech they've got going on here.
Yeah.
Is this what they intended?
Woo, beacon!
Beacon! Not bacon, it's beacon!
The army of the light stands with you.
Your help is most welcome, Faria.
Take the beacon then?
Yep. Next, we head to the conservatory.
Okay, so I'm assuming, Kelsier, you do not have the flight point, right?
Probably not.
We're gonna have to hoof it, or in my case, flap it.
The person for the job. Yumera.
Alright, so I go back to the Vindicar now? No.
Nope. We gotta head to the north and east.
Here, you can just jump on. Look, I have a 2% out. Haha!
Oh my gosh.
Secure the area.
1 second. So we're going to the Conservatory of the Arcane now?
Yeah, huh?
As my dragon waddles back and forth.
I'm not entirely certain how I'm actually flying. This is why it bothers me when Blizzard doesn't enable flying in new areas, because this looks weird.
Well, you know, if you had a regular mount.
I had a what?
A regular mount.
I've got plenty of regular mounts. I just like my class mounts. I had to sneak through Alliance stages to get this thing, darn it.
This construct should hold information to help us locate the Sigil of Awakening. We need to wake it up.
Let me know when you have all the quests.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This deactivated vigilant guy right here, you remember what he sounds like?
The dude right there?
Yeah, the one we're working on waking up.
He always reminds me of the robot. I think his name is Marvin in Hitchhiker's Guide. That's who he reminds me of.
Okay. I haven't seen that. So, and I've been looking for online for who voices this guy for ages.
Who voiced that guy or who voiced the robot that I was talking
No, the guy here.
about? I don't know who actually voices it. It's just the like monotone sound that he does reminds me of Alan Rickman's performance in Hitchhikers.
That makes sense. Is that who voices the robot?
Yeah, it's Alan Rickman.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He's like a sad and depressed robot. You've never seen that movie?
I've read the book, but I've never seen the movie.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have to watch the movie.
Right.
I have no idea how it compares to the book, but the movie is hilarious. It's got Alan Rickman in it as the robot. And it's got the guy who plays Watson, Martin Friedman, Martin Freeman, uh, in Sherlock on BBC. He's in it too.
Hmm. Yeah, my wife and I keep debating on whether or not the vigilante that we're trying to reactivate is voiced by John Delancey or not. He sounds a heck of a lot like him, but we can't find any evidence for who voices the guy anywhere online.
Oh my god, I'm dragging so much stuff with me. Feign death! You were supposed to feign death!
I feel bad murdering all these cats.
Huzzah! Play dead for hunters for the win. Oh, poor little pretty cat. No, actually, I don't know who does the voice, but now that you're talking about it, it's making me curious.
Like, when we wake him up here in a little bit, tell me he doesn't sound like freaking Q from Star Trek.
Hey, I found more pretty cats. Are you done? Are you already ready to turn in?
I am now.
Nope, I'm a few arcane short.
Well, there's a bunch of cats over at my location. If you want to come over here.
We got something here.
Oh, you went back that way. Okay.
Alright, now I'm done. Are you done?
Nope. Time to summon a moon on these guys. Bang!
Bonk! Yeah!
Alright, now I'm good.
Ooh, or...
Is that like, ooh, piece of candy?
Maybe.
Ooh. I got another mining quest turn-in thing.
See? Here's my mount.
Actually, where's the first? Alright, so I've got a question for you guys. What's your favorite mount? Since we're playing World of Warcraft, it's another World of Warcraft question. What's your favorite mount in World of Warcraft? Mine is definitely the Nether Drakes. I was so happy when I got them, and I just love them.
It's funny you mentioned this because this was a question for the blogging challenge I mentioned earlier. I would keep plugging it, but they honestly haven't updated it since April. Anyway, so the way I answered this question was I broke it down. It's like, okay, what are you using as justification for your favorite? I mean, is it the one that you use the most because it's just that practical? Is it the one that you have so much memory attached to it? Is it one that makes sense for your character lore-wise?
Yes.
That's exactly what I said. So I listed my favorite for each of those categories.
Yeah, probably not the most useful, but what you just like. If all of them were like exactly the same, which one would you pick?
That would probably be. That's a tough one, actually. I think just in terms of like how it fits the character, I would end up using the Frostwolf Howler from Old Alterac Valley the most.
Well, see, now you have to mount on it so we can see it.
Yeah.
1 second. So this is the original from Alterac Valley back in vanilla. And back in vanilla days, I was a ginormous fan of the Frostwolf clan and Thrall in general, because I read the Lord of the Clans book before I started playing World of Warcraft.
Nice.
So getting this thing was like an amazing, transcendent moment on my maid.
Yeah.
This is the version that you can obtain in Warlords of Draenor when you meet the old Frostwolves, for lack of a better word. And I like this one too, just because hey, it's pretty and it's also a frostwolf.
Oh crap! Now I gotta find the favorite mount since you asked.
But I mean, if you want the mount that I use the most, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Because
I think
transmog.
I think everybody that has the yak uses it the most, just for the repairs and stuff. It's like you spent all that gold on it, you gotta use it, right?
Yep. I also make a lot of use on my Sandstone Drake, because I will inevitably be the person who unlocks flying in an expansion before my wife does. So whenever I start helping her out with unlocking it, I end up using Sandstone Drake to fly her everywhere. Seriously, Vigilant Quorum here. Is he not John Delancey?
I don't know. I couldn't hear him very clearly.
I am restored.
Oh no, I know that voice.
Exile in Mirror.
And he's
Why have you returned?
I also really like this mount as well because I don't know why, but I think Dragonhawks are some of the coolest creatures in this game. And this is the first Dragonhawk mount I ever attained.
Of all people to become gatekeeper. Perhaps you
They are cool.
do the talking.
But they're not a dragon, shark, transparent thing.
No. I remember earning that thing too way back in BC, and it was amazing.
I'm like scrolling through my list, like trying to see what I have. Pretty sad, isn't it?
No. One mount I like, but it's too ugly now to use is the albino drake. I like the colors, but ugh.
Oh come on, he's pretty. Look at him. Look at him. He's pretty. He's newer than that Netherwing you're riding. What are you talking about?
Is he?
Yeah, huh?
I'm pretty sure he's just a recolor of a model that's older.
Well, I mean, all the Drake mounts are recolors of each other.
I know.
I think this one has to be in my favorites list, just because I farmed the crap out of those ogres for the rep to be able to buy these things.
Very nice.
This is one of my others.
Yeah, I have that water strider. I don't have the dragon.
Yeah, this guy has to be my favorite among my favorites for practicality purposes, just because I hate swimming in this game so much.
Yeah, I like that zone, the underwater zone, but
yeah, Vashir,
yeah.
I think some of my favorite mounts have been the raid ones. Like this one was really cool, and this one I really like. I used to use this one for my shaman all the time.
I was about to summon this.
Nice.
During Cataclysm, my wife and I worked on grinding out the achievements to earn this thing together. It has a very special place in my heart just because of all that time we spent working on it.
I'm trying to find the one
And I do like my wind serpents a lot, but they're not very good ground mounts.
I like this one.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
This one I got back in the day on my druid when the druids actually had to go in with the orb and summon the boss and nobody else could.
Oh, I've still never gotten that thing.
So that one is kind of cool. I don't know. I've picked up a lot of cool ones. I have the white hawk strider from, what is it, Magister's Tomb?
I've never gotten that either. That's really cool.
I think this one looks cool for a Drake, though.
Yeah, I really want to one day, if I ever have the tenacity to do it, I want to try and get all the stone drakes and all of those. I love them.
Nice.
But I don't have any of them.
But okay, I kind of have to like plug this for a second though. I think my newest favorite mounts that I've been using, if you've done Argus Antorus raid at all, like the second boss in there is the twin puppies.
Oh, don't tell me you have that.
Oh,
So
I hate you.
I have the fire puppy, but one of my raid teams, Better Late Than Never, did the achievement quest for the whole raid, and so I also have the purple one.
Oh, you stink.
So I have both puppy mounts.
Yeah, well, I have a blimp.
I forgot about the blimp.
I love the blimp because if you're not flying and you do mount special, it shoots those.
Like this?
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, as long as you're not like in an area where you're flying and you do it, it does it. I don't remember if it flies, if it doesn't.
This mount made me realize I'm a sucker because I don't think I was actually playing World of Warcraft when BlizzCon came out with this, but I was like, I can't not get that mount.
Right?
Plus, I was kind of interested in seeing the BlizzCon, so but I don't think I would have I wouldn't have even considered getting the ticket if this hadn't shown up.
I forced myself to watch it while I was at work just because I wanted to feel like I got my money's worth. Luckily, my work's cool about that sort of thing, so they didn't care.
I had a teeny tiny window open in the very corner of my second monitor that was slightly angled away.
I think this is probably my most special mount because a group of my friends banded together and made it and then gifted it to me.
Oh, that's cool. So sweet.
So,
well, do we want to keep going, or?
This question was way more involved than I thought it would be.
Well, I mean, you ask about mounts, we're going to start showing them off. Come on.
Yeah,
this is true. Well, it's been about an hour on the recording part of things. So is there any other questions or anything you guys want to ask before we end the show itself?
I can't think of any.
Nope. Sorry.
Okay. Well, if I can remember my plug at the end, let's see if I can remember that. I've already forgotten half the stuff I was supposed to say. So anyway, so I want to thank Kelsier and Old Man Franks for coming in on the show tonight. It's been a lot of fun. And you can find me on Twitch, obviously at twitch.tv/Cyrene. You can also follow me on Twitter at CyreneAIE. Do you guys have Twitter or anything else you want to plug for people to find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/thebmatt, THEBMATT. I very occasionally stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/oldmanfranks. And if you want to read that blog I was talking about that I still sporadically update, even though the challenge has more or less ended, you can find it at yourquestlogisfull.wordpress.com.
Unlike everyone out here, I'm exceptionally boring and don't have a online social media presence at the moment. But if you ever want to say hi, I'm very active in AIE's Discord channel because I get bored at work. So feel free to come in and say hi. I'll always be willing to strike up a conversation.
Well, that sounds awesome. I'm glad that somebody's using Discord. Woohoo!
Woo!
So as you can see, if you're watching the live stream now, or if you have visited my Twitch page, we have some custom artwork that has been done for my portrait for Cyrene and also for my raid team DOA. If you are interested in having some custom artwork done, you can email her at bdartcommissions.com. There is spelling on Twitch. You can find it on there and talk to her about it. And do all that sort of fun, happy stuff. We are usually recording on Wednesdays, but we have found that that's a little tough on people's schedules. So Zod and I are talking about moving the show to a weekend date and time so that it's easier for us to get some of our more long distance members of AIE to come on the show. So stay tuned for that. And coming up, I don't know if it's next week or the week after, Molly Sweetgrass is going to be on in Overwatch. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I hope I remembered everything. And I guess that's good night. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
And we're clear. At least not recording on OBS. We're still live streaming.